We're live, 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 live. Happy Sunday. How are you? How's your week been? Mine has been. Oh, thank God we're live. We're grateful, and you know that I love being here no matter what. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teams Academy. It is an online mentorship academy for girls. We have a curriculum that we're running girls through to help them become, so that when they become, we will be the better of. And what's this? Okay, I think I need to plus this. Okay, so that's that by way of introduction. Apologies for that little bit of distraction. So today we'll be talking about something most parents struggle with, that I'm also beginning to struggle with as my daughter begins to get into the tip between the teenage, all of those things. Yes, and then beyond that, and if it didn't happen because it happened, thank God, because of the opportunity of learnings and everything. So, and I said, oh, okay, if this happened to me, that means anyone parenting a teenage girl at one time or the other, you would have had to struggle with that. And what is that? So we're talking about rebellion. Hey, before you start thinking in all of the ways that you're thinking, rebellion is not that's one that you think it is. That's why this class is going to be very interesting, because there are a lot of practical examples that I'll be learning from. And if you're joining me live, please share the link. Let other people, other parents of girls, come on board. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. Okay. So I said how to help your teenage girls process rebellion. Did you see that I did not say how to help them, how to quench rebellion, how to fight rebellion, how to all of the things that you're thinking in your head that I want to say about rebellion. I don't actually know this thing. It's a big deal. Oh, yes, I know it's a big deal, and because you have labeled this, yes. But beyond rebellion, what is beyond it that these girls are not even saying, that they're just trying to act out? And I'm going to be seeing this episode is very, very interesting, because it's fresh, and then a lot of insights on my journeys of girls and all of that, and everything I've just combined together to share with us, so that you can understand what it is that you're actually dealing with. Get a chair. It will be a short one, and then we'll just get right onto it. So I said how to help your teenage girls process rebellion, and I've told you that rebellion is not the one that yes, I said this, you went to go and do something else. I did this, you went to go and do something else. You too, on a but it's not really on a lighter note. What are the things that God has told you to go and do? You too went to go and do something else. God has not carried a big stick. He has not, slammed your head with it. So why do you want to slam the head of your daughter? I know we don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. There are things that God has been telling us, or things that He has told us not to do, that we have gone ahead to do it. There are things that, do you understand? It's the same thing now. I like to say that parenting is a reflection of, is a reflection of our relationship with God as well. So if you're struggling with your daughter, probably somewhere in the corner, God is struggling with you. That's just my own way of, it may not be true, and it may be true, it may be worth considering, but that's just on a lighter note. Well, good, getting right, but seriously, the next time you think that your daughter is rebelling, oh, I've said this, I've said that, she did not, this is what I told her to do, she went to go and do something else. Yes, I know you are quick to say, I know God said that rebellion is like the act, a sin of witchcraft. So the next time you are not listening to what God is telling you, and know that you are committing witchcraft. So maybe when we try to wear these shoes more often, maybe we'll understand our daughters more. That's just on a lighter note. Now going right onto it. Understand it. How to help you. So the question, excuse me, give me a minute. A minute, please. Sorry about that. Something important came out just after this. Sorry about that. Okay. So, how to help your teenage girl process your processing. So, see what I've actually just realized. Your daughter, if you're watching me live, please put in the comment section. Your daughter honestly does not mean to make you mad. You might be thinking, what are you talking? But it is the truth. Your daughter honestly and truly does not mean to make you mad. So all of that, she I said this, oh, this is what she did, oh, and then you just lose all reason, you lose balance, and everywhere just becomes jam pepper scatter scatter. Honestly, it's not our intention. But sometimes by virtue of age, by virtue of being forgetful, sometimes by virtue of just pure exploration, sometimes they find themselves stray. Don't forget that girls have wild imaginations, vivid imaginations. I'm going to share practical examples of what has happened recently between my daughter and I. So she doesn't mean to, honestly. So when the next time you think and then we are fast to wield the stick, wield the whatever, excuse me, just pause and remember, she does not really mean to make you mad. She doesn't want you to yell. She doesn't. It's just because of the factors that I've just mentioned. So when you know that, maybe, just maybe, you may learn to take it a bit easy, just a bit easy with her when she, according to you or according to myself, I do not she does not do what you want, or she does not listen as you want. So number one, how do you process rebellion? How do you help her? Don't forget, all of you are processing. That means you're using that rebellion as a tool. You're using it as a tool to help her. Why is she rebelling? Why are you saying A and it looks like is going to Z? Or why are you saying D? It is like, do you understand? How do you process it? What exactly it is? The number one thing you need to understand is that you understand it for what it is and how it shows up. You need to understand it for what it is. It is not rebellion is not your daughter's way of defying you. She's just trying to explore. So don't go all of the anger, all of the everything. That's why it's important. You need to understand. Sometimes it's just you go back to you go back to your childhood. You go back to where you were 12, where you were 13, where you were 14. Do you understand? Did you mean to offend your parents? Did you mean to make them go mad? Did you mean to make them angry? So it's just you trying to explore. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's just trying to it is a function of exploration, it's a function of developmental stage, and also the function of the level of their intellect at that point in time. And sometimes they just want to other factors that I will talk about as we go in details. So your girl does not mean, so understanding and how it shows up. How does it show up? How does it show up? It shows up in subtle disobedience. You have said you have given an instruction and then they have just done something else. They have just done something else. So that is how it shows up. So it is not in all of the the big things. And parents, because sometimes because you're afraid, you are thinking, if I can say this one and you're not listening, how do I know when it's bigger? That come on, just take the chill pill and really calm all the way down. Your daughter doesn't, you have to just understand that your daughter is growing, she's exploring. And don't forget, she's no longer that toddler, she's no longer that pre she's a teenager now. She's trying to have her own worldview, have her own opinions. So it is when all of these things happen that you have clash. And you begin to say, she's rebelling. Oh, and then you begin to say, oh, she has joined bad gang. Oh, she has this one, she has that one, and all of the things that you say. And please, as a parent, be mindful what you say over the life of your daughter is very important. When you keep saying, oh, it's because she doesn't listen again, you are the one that you are saying it. They call all of those things self-fulfilling prophecies. So if you say, oh, you are not listening, oh, you are joining bad gang, oh, all of those things that you say, they are self-fulfilling. You are saying it already. And don't forget, you hold a very important place in the life of your child. So your words in their life matters. I told us last week how that your words must be words of wisdom in the ear of your daughter. So you can't afford to be speaking as you feel. A parent can't afford to speak as they feel. You can't. You don't hold that liberty anymore. You don't hold that license. Because why? Because your words are powerful. So I've told you what happens. It shows up in subtle disobedience. You say A, they say B, but do not forget, it is not because she means to make you mad, it's not because she means to make you angry. It's because she's growing, she's trying to find her footing, she's trying to find. So you must understand that and know it for because that is what it is. So if you are that is in her own head. She's not processing rebellion. You are the one processing rebellion. Do you understand? So how will the two of you balance the issue? That is the conversation of this evening. So it is not, she's just trying to explore, trying to find her own person, trying to find who am I. So it will clash. For example, if you have for example, this is just a very wild example. You have never for a reason, you have never for a day explained to a girl why she shouldn't do certain things. She's no longer a toddler. So you just say, I don't want you to do this thing. She's wondering why. Does it make sense? She's thinking why? And then she now tries to do what she wants to do. The next time she's rebelling, oh, she's this, oh, she has that. And then you begin to say all this. You need to understand, you need to calm down, understand it for what it is. So rebellion is not your daughter trying to run you nuts, trying to run you mad, or trying to do anything. She's just trying to explore, trying to find that person. Don't forget, your another I think another thing, another mistake we're making is that we're confusing generations. Your daughter is not growing up, she did not grow up in your generation. Our own generation was when your parents said A and then you never. But some of us too, it was just hypocritical because you still went behind your parents to do that same thing that they told you not to do. But just that the children of these days, they are more self-aware. So they will say to you, "Mommy, why?" And they're not being rude. That's another thing you need to understand. When your daughter asks you why, she then genuinely really wants to know. Because she's thinking why. So it is not so that the next time you are naming it rebellion, you know it for what it really is. Sometimes it's just exploration, sometimes she's just trying to find herself. Sometimes, but don't worry, as we go on, I'll show you the things that we need to be doing to ensure that we don't totally and then completely lose grip of our daughters. Okay. So the next thing, do not mistake it for the subtle cry for self-expression. And another thing is, especially as they grow older, so it sometimes it's not rebellion, to be honest. Let me give you an example. When my daughter was younger, she used to love ball dresses. Was it ball? She used to love, yeah, ball dresses, everything long from floor to, you understand. But I saw that as she was growing, I saw that her preference was changing. So imagine if I didn't notice that, and I am now saying you must. It will be like a clash. It will be like, oh, she's rebelling, but she's not. She's just trying to express herself. And don't forget, we kept saying to ourselves constantly that our girls need to express themselves. Our girls need not to be afraid. They need to be able to speak what is in their mind. So if your girl is trying to express herself and then she's colliding with chicken because you think that she's rebelling. So that is where the problem really is. So you need to understand that sometimes it's not you see that we're already breaking the myth. This thing that you call rebellion, can you see that we're already breaking the myth? So sometimes it's just self-exploration. Sometimes it's because of developmental state that they are in, and sometimes it is just a subtle cry for self-expression. For example, if you are phlegmatic and your daughter is sanguine, there's no how you will not clash. Does it make sense? Your personalities are different. They're different. You can't hide a sanguine child. It's not possible. She can't be hidden. She's like a city that is set up on the hill. So if you're saying, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that, to a sanguine child, there will be a clash. Does this make sense? So sometimes that thing that you're calling rebellion is not rebellion. It is just self-expression, especially as your daughter grows older. She's gonna need to find herself. So that means you're the one to help your parenting game. How do I help my child? How do I help my phlegmatic child? How do I help my sanguine child? So that she's not just everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So that she's not where she's not supposed to be. So can you see how it's coming back to you gradually? So, but if you don't understand these things, you don't understand her temperament, you don't understand what makes her tick, you don't understand the wiring of her heart, there will be a clash. And that's where you begin to say things like, oh, she's rebelling. Oh, she doesn't listen. Have you seen people like that? They call them, they like literally call them life of the party. Some people are like that. That is how they are wired. That's how they are made. And people like that, for parents that are deliberate, for parents that are intentional, you know that is an orator. So you begin to groom her, you begin to teach her. So she's not rebelling. She's just trying to express herself. Imagine somebody like me, that somebody is trying to tell me so when I was much younger not to talk. Can you understand? Can you see how where the clash will happen? Because that is who I am. I would speak. So the question now is, when should I speak? What should I speak? Where should I be speaking? Where should I listen? So that's where it comes back to you. So you need to before you start tagging a child rebellion. Another example is if you have a choleric child, they are strong-willed. They are not they and they are natural leaders. That's where choleric is. And you're trying to tell her when somebody talks, don't question. It will be hard. Is it making sense? It will be hard. Why? Don't forget that you are not the owner of your child. So the fact that you're the one that gave birth, so does not mean that you are the owner. You are just helping God for the meantime. Your child has her own personality, has her own makeup, has what makes her tick, and that is why there's always heads-on collision between parents of teenage girls. You're still thinking, you're still imagining that she's that toddler that you were giving breast that time. No, that time has gone. You must understand this. Will you guide? Yes. Will you counsel? Yes. But will there be space for self-expression? Yes. Because if you are stifling your child, you're cheating her. For every time she's trying to do something, you are stifling her. You are don't. Your parenting is full of don't. Everything don't. She's wondering what's going on here. So when you begin to view it in the lens of what I'm sharing with you, you'll understand that what you're calling rebellion is actually not rebellion. For example, you have a choleric child. You are saying to her, don't talk. How? You have a sanguine child. You're saying to her, don't mix. How? There'll be a clash. If it were a phlegmatic, if it were a melancholic, maybe. But you have a core choleric. That's a leader on your hands. So you should be thinking, how do I help her? How do I harness these qualities in her? You have a sanguine. That's a gold mine to harness. So you should be thinking, how do I help her? Not how do I stifle her? Because your role in the life of your child is to help her understand who she is and understand where it is that she's supposed to be facing. But if everything is don't, of course you clash. And when you clash, you say, oh, she's not listening. Oh, she's rebelling. Oh, and then you begin to say all of those negative stuff. And I hope you know that your words are powerful over the life of your child. They are. Your words, no matter what, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how, I know I've been there. Or I am there. And I find myself, I will say, you have wisdom in the name of Jesus. As if it gets to that point when I'm supposed to say what I'm not supposed to say, turn it into a blessing. Because don't forget, whatever you say has roots. It will take roots. Yes, so everything you're saying, it will take roots. Whether you know it, it doesn't matter. Whether you don't know it. And I've just told you now, sometimes it is just that thing you're calling rebellion. Go and check it. Vis-a-vis the temperament of your child. Vis-a-vis who you are parenting. Vis-a-vis her personality. Go and find out. You'll be shocked that she's not rebelling. She's just trying to self-express. You're the one saying, I want you to, and then she's trying to do that. Your child's self-expression would not align with yours. I'm going to give you practical examples as we go. Your child, if you're watching me, like put in the conversation, your child's self-expression would naturally not align with you because you're two separate people. Your child's self-expression will not align with your own because you are two separate people. It is because you are the mother, you are the father. That's why you think that she's rebelling. She's not rebelling. She's just trying to you will see as we go on how that is not rebellion, how that she's just trying to express her, especially depending on what it is that you're doing. And as she grows, that will grow. She will never. When your parents talk now, your parents, what role are they saying to you? Don't anymore. Of course not. And even the times they said to you, don't. Did you listen? It wasn't everything that you listened to. So I wonder why we think that our children, we expect from them what we have not given. We expect from our children what we especially girls, and they will rebel, and that's why we're having struggles with them. That's why you're struggling with your girls. Because they are wondering everything, don't. And this is the core of this child. Do you understand how frustrating it is? If something is your core, that is your essence. And somebody's always trying to say is don't. Instead of don't, can we be replacing it? We need to be doing this. This is what we need to do. Start replacing, switch it. Then you see the difference. Your daughter she's not rebelling. Your daughter is not rebelling. She's just trying to self-express. And don't stifle that, because if you stifle that, it will not help her. The next thing you need to be doing, how to process this thing that you call rebellion. The next thing is seek to understand first and check your parenting. Check your parenting. What is your style? Authoritative? My way or the highway? The way they will say it. Some of us, no, our children don't have, it doesn't matter whether they are 13, whether they are 18. How dare? Do you not know that I'm the parent? What is the problem? By the time you start saying how dare, do you know that something is wrong already? I'm having a problem already. So seek to understand first and check. See, your children, your daughter is not mad. She's not. So seek to understand. Let me give you an instance. Just this week that finished. Currently, it's very, very cold. It's very cold. And I suggested rather, you have this so and so coats. Wear this one Don't wear this one. This is longer. This will help you. I suggested, and I went to and I went to work, and I was just minding my business. So from work, I called and I said, "Which coat did you wear?" And she said, and she wore the exact one that I told her not to wear. Bam! All of the antenna in my head, started exploding, and I was at work, so I had to just breathe. Because why? Why was it? Why was it exploding? Let me explain. The weather is cold. If you catch a cold, it becomes my business, and it becomes stressful. You can't do things. And even you, do you understand? So I'm like, but I expressly told this child, or advised this child for so and so reason. So I was very mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad. I was boiling. That's rebellion, yeah? Exactly. I was boiling. I was mad. So because I was mad, I kept quiet. I just said bye bye, have a good day at school. So as afternoon, so that I don't ruin a day in school. So afternoon, I now called. I said, okay. Because I honestly wanted to understand. And that was a light bulb moment for me. I said, explain to me what happened. How come I said, hey, then you went deliberately, intentionally to go and do B? And that's why I said sometimes you have to understand, you have to extend grace to your daughter. You have to understand that she's not as wise as you. She's not where you are developmentally. You need to it is hard, but that is what you need to understand. Otherwise, you keep frustrating yourself, you keep fighting each other. And I said, make me understand. Why would I say A and then you go and do Z? You know, even if you do B, B is still a bit close to A. So what happened? And in her head, our response, what's that called? Explanation was that because I thought I saw the weather and I thought that it will not be that cold today. And I felt this longer one, when I wore it yesterday, I was very, very really hot. I know if you know the weather where we are is very, very unstable. And I looked, I paused. After that, she did a comprehensive email, we communicated via email later. And then she did a comprehensive email saying this, I accept consequences, blah, blah, whatever. That one aside. But what am I trying to say is that she don't forget you're growing up in different worlds, and your daughter is not you're not your daughter. So the fact that if you're expecting your daughter to just say okay, 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 okay to everything, you're raising a zombie. Go and check it anyway. Everything is okay, 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 okay. She's not thinking, she's not checking. You're raising a zombie. So she said that was her thoughts. I said, okay. Is it valid? No. Will there be consequences? Yes. But was I still mad? Blah, 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 everywhere wanting to crash? No. And that is the difference. So you need to understand that, seek to understand first, and also check your parenting. What do I mean check your parenting? If your parenting has always been full of shouts, instructions, deadlines, this, that, at a point your girl will groan. Go and check it anyway. If your parenting has been full of shouts, this, that, blah, blah, this, deadlines, everything is a rule. When they start, now, your parents, can they still tell you that sit down there? It's the same thing. It is the same thing. So check your parenting and also seek to understand. It is very, very important. Seek to understand why. Because normally she will also think something, and that will take me to the next one. So ask yourself why. Seek. I know that yes, it will take you, and that's why as a parent, your emotions has to be in check. And that takes you to the next one. Seek to keep your emotions in check. This is very, very important. While patiently in a house. Hmm? So keep your emotions in check. That's the next point. How to manage this rebellion that we're seeing. Number one, I said, understand it for what it is and how it shows up. Number two, I said, do not mistake it for the subtle cry for self expression, especially as they grow older. Number three, I said, seek to understand first and check your parenting. Go and check your parenting. Why does my daughter feel the need not to listen? That's coming back to you. I am serious. If you're going to be honest, especially as she grows older, why does she feel the need not to listen? Why? If your voice has been a voice of wisdom, if it's been a voice of guidance, why does she feel the need not to listen? You want to check your parenting. What kind of parenting are you doing? Authoritative, harsh, or guiding, authoritarian. What kind of parenting are you practicing? Or helicopter parenting, or BBF, best friend, everything. My child is my friend. Sim, my child is my friend. I hope nobody's like that. Yes, I hope there's nobody like that here this evening. Your child is not your friend. Go and make your own friends. Let your child to make their own friends. So why does she feel the need to rebel? If it is wisdom, why would she want to refuse counsel? How are you dispensing the wisdom? There's a way to dispense wisdom to make it harsh. How do we that wisdom that you are dishing out to your child, how are you dishing it out? Is it with force? Is it with harshness? Is it with shame? Is it whatever it is? You need to go and check it. And then the next thing you need to, as a seek to understand and check your parenting, keep your emotions in check. Oh, this day my emotions he wanted to drop the ball. But I said, no, 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 no. Every year when master your emotions challenge, so you must show. I said, okay, nobody died. And I said, worst case scenario, this girl is the one catching the cold herself. I'm not the one catching it. I'm at work. She will be all right. So that helped me. Was it hard or it was hard? Because I kept boiling. Say, why would she not listen? Why would I say this? Why would I say she want to do this? And I was just turning the thing over in my mind until it was time to speak with her again. And when she explained to me that this is what she thought, tell me, will I say she should not think? So how would she know how to think? How will she know how to think? If I say, what do you, and some of us are very funny. Your child tells you, oh, mommy, I think. Say, no, don't you think? It's what I said that you must do. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. I am serious. Let her use her brain. It doesn't matter that the quality of thought that will come out may not be as lucid as yours, but let her still use it. As the more she uses the brain, the more the brain gets used to that kind of activity. Let her use. So if that product of her using her brain differs from your outcome, please swallow your pride and know that you're just trying to raise your daughter. Give her grace. So do you know she said, oh, I thought, I kept quiet. But does that mean that there will still be no consequence? Of course, the consequence is already in place. And there's nobody is grumbling about it, nobody is fighting, everybody is happy, and then we're going about our daily life, no problems. So that's where you have to put your emotions in check. Put your emotions in check. I've told you that was why the first thing I made you say is that your daughter doesn't really mean to make you mad. That's not our intention, honestly. So all of the noise, all of the that your this thing will not be coming out is not necessary. Because you think in your head that this child, between me and this child, they will know that one is the mother, one is the child. You know that kind of thing that we used to say now. Say they will know that I am the mother. Of course you are the mother. Me, I'm not contesting it with you. I don't even want to correct your child, okay? But put your emotions in check. Your daughter is not here to make you mad. She's not here to make you to run you crazy. She's just being her age. So keep your emotions in check. If you need to breathe, if you need to go and write how you're feeling, but don't lash out in the heat of the moment. How dare you? I listened to my own mother. Who told you? You can ask your mommy. If you ask her, if you see that parents that now to ask them, is it really true that thing we normally say? You or most many of us will be shocked. I listen to my own mother. I did not kill my own mother. And they begin to say all those things. You need to calm down. Keep your emotions in check. She's not there to make your life hard. Actually, you don't understand. It looks like it. I know. Sometimes I used to say jokingly, until I learned to say it's as though it's as if you have a mission. Yeah, so I know the feeling very well. But that's not what she's there to do. She's just hacked in her head. She's just not wiser. Don't forget, she's not fully formed. Cut her some slack. Put emotions in check. And I said, patiently air her house, as it is always better to know why. To be honest, it shows humility. It shows that and if you cannot be humble, you can't be a parent. It's not possible. Because see, you are a parent, yes, but you are not God. So you will not always be right. There is no parents on the face of this earth that is always right. It's not possible. If you're always right, something is wrong. Because you are human, you are not infallible. So try. It could be you too. Even Adam and Eve, that God told, like this, like this, like this, like this. God told them, oh, God told them. He said, don't touch it, oh. The day you touch it, that's when you will die. They did. God did not bring stick immediately that day to go and kill them, even though they did die spiritually. So that's why I said there will still be consequences. Was there consequences for Adam and Eve? Of course. Of course. Of course. So God told them. God still asked them. But some of us, no, never. We're the judge, we're the jury, we're the sentencing officer, we're the parole officer, we're the prison officer. Everything is us. Listen first. What is it? Listen first. Listen first. Hear her out. It's better to know why. Don't forget the journey, the race is to the heart of your child. Don't ever forget that at every point in time. The race is to get the heart of your child. Because that is where the work takes place. That's the race. So if you are now every avenue you're trying to shut down that heart, how are you gonna move? The race is to the heart of your child. So listen. I know your emotions doesn't want you to that African thing in you, that oh, I'm the mother. Please stop saying I'm the mother. We already know that you are the mother and the father. Some of us we are even the God of our children. Because that's how you behave. And don't forget what I said earlier. I said if you think that your child is rebelling, go and check your relationship with God. I am serious. I've come back to that. So listen first. There's a reason. Find out. She has a brain. So maybe if you listen, maybe you even know other things that you didn't think you would know just because you listened. Our children want to, they are actually our teenage girls, they want to know that they are heard. They want to know that they are listened to. Oh, she has rebelled. I know already the deed is done. She have said she has gone to go and do Z like my daughter. Maybe I say where this one she was. Yes, the deed is done. So can you now try and find out? Because that was what God did. He asked Adam, say, what's up? What's going on here? What's happening here? That's what God asked him. Say, maybe I told you, don't do this, don't do, I don't understand. God manages emotions. So that's the lesson to us too. God wants us to manage our emotions. He doesn't want us to he doesn't rather, God doesn't want us to keep dumping our emotions on our children and our teenage girls. He wants us to be able to manage it. So why? What will happen if you listen? So you'll be able to determine whether truly is rebellion or something else is happening so that you can tackle whatever it is. That's why. Listen patiently. Hear her out. It's always better to know why. Why? So that you can connect to her. Don't forget, your business is to connect. When she's rebelling, when she's not listening, everything, your business is connect. When you connect, you can wield influence. That is what intentional parents know. When you connect to your child, you can wield influence. But don't forget your teenage child. If you say you will see beat her, you will hit her. Yes, you will beat, you will eat. Yes. But question, what you want to achieve, how will it be achieved? But rather seek to why? God asked Adam and Eve, say, I have said don't do this. God asked them, why did you do it? If God can ask you, who says that you can't ask your children? Who says you can't ask them? Ask them. So that why you know what to focus on. So when Adam and Eve, when God saw that they didn't have any excuse, it wasn't tenable, then he went ahead, then that's fair. You see that even Adam could not moan. Some of our children think that we're unfair. Some of our grown teenage girls think that we're unfair, think that we're harsh. And how would you respond to a harsh lover? How would you respond to a harsh lover? Yet we're wondering why our children are cold with us, why they don't want to share with us, why they don't want to talk with us, why they rather talk to their friends. They think that we're fair. We're not fair. We're harsh. By the time God was done with Adam and Eve, they couldn't complain. No, maybe you know. They know that they deserved whatever it was that they got. Okay, listen. You hear them out. Then the next thing is you want, depending on the level of your connection, use the opportunity as a teachable moment. I know this is very hard. Say, Auntie Fumi, how can you tell me that a child that I talked to, I gave express instructions, and you still want me to use? Yes, I want you to, because that means your work is not done in that aspect. Why? Now, don't forget, you have connected, you have found out why, you have asked questions, and you have seen that this thing the child did is not because she doesn't, it's because she just chose for whatever reasons. So that's where you now step in as a teachable moment. Let them understand what happens when people disobey, when people deliberately, flagrantly disobey. So we can now go back to that story of Adam and Eve again. We got so many examples in the scriptures, so many, depending on your faith. So many examples. Samson. Say, God said we should not marry them. What this? No, I must marry her. If you have personal experiences where you have not listened, the consequences, teachable moments. That's what you do as a intentional parent. Have I had instances where I've not listened? Yes. Have I used them as teachable moments? Yes. Will I use them as teachable moments? Yes. Why? So that that is corrected. So that that ends there. So, but if you don't listen, if you don't know what happened, how would you know what to teach? Dinah, say don't go. Don't go. Don't make friends with them. Don't. For whatever reasons, don't make friends with them. Don't go there. Don't this. Whatever. Dinah didn't listen. She chose friends from those people that they were told expressly not to have anything to do with. She got there, she got raped, and then that was it. We never heard of her again, scriptures. So, teachable moments. Teachable moments. If only you connect. Depending on the level of your connection, use the opportunity as a teachable moment. So don't stop. I have told you because I believe it, because it is the truth. If you notice any gap, if you see any gap in your daughter, bridge it. Pam, 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 bridge it. Those who have been talking, I'll keep talking until there's this scripture that I love so much. I use my daughter. I say until Christ is formed in you. You know, it's like a joke, but it's true. I won't keep quiet. You keep talking until what you want is formed. See it as a teachable moment. What happened? Don't forget consequence. Hold on, consequences is still coming. Did my daughter get consequence for? Yeah, sure, sure. And if something happens, something like that happens again next time, what do you, and they say the same thing, give a stricter consequence. Simple. Until don't forget, until Christ is formed, until wisdom is formed, if you want to put it that way. But teachable men, don't forget, but examine yourself first. Examine yourself because your parenting is report card. Oh. Parenting is report card. Yes, parenting is report card. So if God is taking it easy with you, that should tell you take it easy with your children, as especially with your teenage daughters. So teachable moments. So the next thing you want to do is use it as an opportunity to extra values environment and friends environment. Because another thing I realized, as I was having my shower in the morning, it just came, it struck my mind like that. So sometimes what we call rebellion is actually a cry for wanting to be accepted in a particular cycle, especially for teenage girls. Yes. That thing that you are saying is rebellion. That's why I say check again and again and again and again. Check. Again and again. What you're calling rebellion, it might be a cry for acceptance in a particular cycle. So when I say deliberately create the environment of your daughter, that is what I mean. If your daughter is with friends where all of them have second hair holes, third hair holes, no, fourth hair hole, fifth, no matter what you say, an environment is bigger than your child. She's seeing it every day. She's spending the most hours with them every day. She's seen all of those. So if she also now tries to go and pierce the second hair, don't she's not she's just yielding to the environmental cry. That's why we say deliberately give your daughter an environment to thrive. These are the things. Have I said it is wrong to have five, six? That's not the conversation. I hope you know. That's just an example. Oh, I had two or three persons. I can sometimes I go without even wearing earrings these days. So that's not the conversation, to be honest. So you might want to use this to x-ray our values and friends environment. X-rays. What if it's a bigger cry for acceptance in a particular cycle? And you are seeing it as rebellion. Can you see? So your daughter is, mommy, you just don't get it because you really do not get it. Yeah, you are thinking it is this. Meanwhile, it is something else entirely. Because you really do not get it. And that is why there is constant clash between you and your teenage daughter. Go and check it. Go and check it. You're saying something, she's just so check it. Who are her friends? Who is she listening to? What's she consuming? What's in her head? What's in her mind? All of that is bigger than what you think it is that you're saying don't. That's why I said it's not about don't. This conversation is not about don't. So if I want to extray it, our values and friends environment. This is a bigger cry for something else, for something deeper. Is it a bigger cry for that? So you need to find out, you need to know what it is. X-ray our environment, X-ray our friends, X-ray the values, X-ray what she's consuming, X-ray because all of those things combined together, they will drown your voice. So trust me, if they don't align with what you're teaching, if our environment is noisier than what you're saying, that environment will drown our voice. And by environment, I don't mean your physical aesthetics. I mean what she's consuming, the friends she's moving with, the people that she's listening to. Curate it, check it, x-ray it. It's very, very important. And another thing that you may not even know is that thing that you're calling rebellion. It may be another cry for serious self-esteem issues. Yes. But it will not show up as as rebellion. It may be a serious need to feel among, to belong. And why will a girl feel the need to feel among, to belong, to her detriment? Self-esteem. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it could be a cry, that thing that you're so you need to so you know what? When an attitude presents itself, be seen beyond. That's just the what's the word I'm looking for? That's just the product. The root is still down. Do you understand? So be looking for the roots. Be looking for the roots. Be looking for the roots. Look for the roots. So what you are seeing is she's rebelling. But trust me, there is more than that. What if it is a subtle cry for the need to feel among, to belong? And I told you, why does she need why does your girl need why does she have to feel that way to be to be validated? Could be serious self-esteem issues that you do not even know, that you're not even mindful of, that you're not even considered. Those are the conversations you should be thinking of. So how many things have I mentioned? A lot. Number one, I said understand it for what it is, how it shows up. Don't mistake it for the subtle cry. Do not mistake it for the subtle cry for self-expression, especially as they grow older. Seek to understand first and check your parenting. Keep your emotions in check. This is very important. Listen first, patiently hear her out, as it always is better to know why. Depending on the level of connection, use the opportunity as a teachable moment. That's very important. Use it as an opportunity to exchange values and environment. Maybe there are other things that you're missing that attitude is just trying to bring your attention to. But instead of you to now look deep, you want to behead the tree, you want to behead the fruit when the root is still down. So your daughter is rebelling. Go and find out, why is she rebelling? What's going on? That rebellion is a communication of something. All right. So the next thing you want to do, use it as an opportunity to extract. It can also be another thing you want to be thinking is it a cry? Is there a need somewhere to feel among, to belong? If that is it, you know that you need to be dealing with self-esteem issues. Okay, and then we have taught series of things to do to improve and increase the self-esteem of your daughter. You can go to past videos and then you see a lot of things on that. So the next thing is, don't let it go without appropriate consequence. Before you just say, I told you that we'll get to there. Before you not say, I'm not for me, yeah. So are you not saying that we should just leave them? No, that is not what I have said, though. I've not said leave your daughter with. I don't leave my own with that consequence. So please, do not leave it without consequence. Appropriate consequence. Consequence that will teach the lessons. Don't let it go. Don't let disrespect go. Don't let dishonor go. Don't let, if after you have considered all of these things, you now say that, this is not the problem, then pick appropriate consequence. Do you understand? So you need to pick appropriate consequences. Don't let it go. No, 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 no. When you ensure boundaries, and then when you fix boundaries and you ensure that they're not, you don't neglect them. Children form, they conform, they form, and they conform. So don't let it go without appropriate consequence. Don't let it go. But don't be harsh, be fair. Ensure that you have passed all of the tests that I've highlighted above. then even the girl, she will not complain. For example, you have told her severally, the time you come in is so so and so time, and you have ticked all these boxes, you have seen that you don't have, you're not found wanting any of it, then you can go ahead to enforce the consequence and ensure that once you fix the consequence, please don't let them wrestle you into changing your mind. Oh, they will do that. Especially if your heart is soft like my own. Hi, yeah, yeah, they will do it though. Don't let them wrestle you into waiving consequences. That's another thing we need to be learning. Do not let your especially teenage, because at that age, at that time, you don't have so many, you don't have a lot of time left anymore. You don't have a lot of time left. So if you have said this is consequence, this is consequence, follow through, no matter what. I love you too much not to let this consequence see the light of day. And your daughter will not reap. She will not. She will accept it. See, that instance I gave you earlier, she was by herself, but I said, Mommy, whatever consequence you want to give me, I I will I will I will abide by it. Whatever consequence you want to give me, I will abide by it. So don't let consequences go without, seeing through. And finally, for today, continue your work of building and molding and trusting God. Don't forget, your daughter is a working project, just like you. Just like God is not giving up on you, you don't also give up on your daughter. So you don't ask it because she be have been saying it, I've been saying that, I've been saying that, I've left that. What's that? The Bible says that a child left to herself come to ruin. That's what the Bible says. So you're going to continue. You gave birth to that lady after all. So you're going to continue your work of building, your work of molding, your work of correction, your work of love. Yes, it's a work of love. You keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Until what? Until Christ is formed. Until your daughter becomes what. And I don't know whether you have asked yourself, Mama, what kind of 26-year-old child, adult rather, what kind of 25-year-old adult do I want to see? Let that picture, let it propel you. Let it keep pushing you into doing what is needed to do with your daughter. So, continue your work of building, molding, trusting. And don't say, all of these ones, I'm not even sure. We're sure we know what we're doing. If you don't give up, if you continue, if you put your emotions in check, if you let love lead, if you let guidance lead, if you let go of all of the shouts, all of the distance, she will evolve and she will become the kind of girl that, don't forget, let that picture always constantly be in your head. I already have a picture in my head of the kind of 25-year-old, 28-year-old, 29-year-old that I want my daughter to be. So that pushes me, that encourages me. So that don't make me stop. So even when you're and because especially when it comes to seeing consequences through, they want to struggle, they want to wrestle, they want to manipulate, blah blah blah. But tell them, I love you too much. The next time the daughter is trying to wrestle you into say, mommy, please now, mommy, can I sit it through? They'll be all right. Nothing will. I'm the one that, because sometimes, because of peculiar circumstances, you want to tell her, but don't do that. If you're doing that, you're passing double signal. My daughter is confused. Which one? Don't forget, life will not excuse them. So if life will not excuse your daughter, please don't excuse her yourself. Life, the mistakes that you made, there were consequences. Life excuses no one. So do not think that because she's your daughter, she's special. Yes, she's amazing. She's the best. I love everything I know, but I know. But life doesn't understand that though. So your daughter needs to know that when you do certain things, Tama, the consequence of a singular action stay with her for life. Adam and Eve, the whole world we're still in the wake of what it is that is the consequence of their singular act of rebellion. So let them understand how life works. Let them understand that life will not give excuse. Nobody, the only person that will give them excuse is probably their mommy and daddy. Life doesn't really care. And that is why they have to sift through the consequence after you have passed all of the tests. And the fact they are giving them consequence does not mean that you now give up on the journey. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. If you like, listen. If you like that. Don't ever say that to your child again. You will listen, you will confirm, you will become. So let them understand that. So the next time you're shouting, oh, she's rebelling, oh, she's rebelling, oh, she's rebelling, filter that thing that you call rebellion through all of these stages. So if you pass, you can say, yes, I think she's rebelling. Then what should I address? If you don't pass, go back with your journey on your girl and continue to mold with love, with intention, and with kindness in your hearts. Hope you have learned something. Thank you for coming. If it's just one, it is just two. Trust me, I'm glad to be here every Sunday. And don't forget, if you're learning here, let's grow the community together. God bless you. I'll be here next week. Bye bye.